Om Sang Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste. We're on page 153 in our Sundar Kanda books, and we're going to sing Rama Stuti. And you know, Stuti is a chant, and it's a song, and it's a bhajan. It can be recited in several different ways, and for brevity's sake, we'll just chant it. Please, everybody join us together and sing together. What a wonderful way to celebrate the love of Ram by singing his stuti all around the world. Sri Ramachandra Kripalu Bhajumana Karana Baba Boyadarunam Navakanja Lochana Kanja Mukha Kora Kanja Pada Kanjarunam Kandarpa Aganita Amita Chavi Navanila Nirada Sundaram Patapita Manakut Tarita Ruchi Suchinomi Janaka Sutabaram Bajadina Pandu Dineshadana Badaitya Pamshani Kandanam Raghunanda Ananda Kanda Kosala Chanda Dasaratanandanam Sira Mukata Kundalati Lakacharu Udaru Anga Vibhushanam Arjana Puja Sarachapadara Sangramadhita Koradushanam Iti Bodhita Tulasi Dasa Sankara Seshamuni Manaranjanam Mama Hridaya Kanja Nibasa Kuru Kamadika Ladala Ganjanam Manujakim Rachayu Miliki Sobaru Sahaja Sundar Sangbaro Karunandi Dana Sujana Silu Saneku Janata Rabaro Ibanti Chori Asisa Suni Siya Sakitaki Angarashi Ole Tulasi Pabani Ki Puji Puni Mudita Mana Mandir Chali. And it ends with a doha. Jani Gori Anakula Siyam Hiya Harashuna Jai Kaki Manjala Mangala Mula Bama Anga Parakana Lage Siyabora Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Let's go back and read the meaning of Rama Stuti. You know, this is often used to make Aarti to Ram. So they sing this, and it has many, many tunes. What we just did was one sample of just chanting. But there are many other tunes to it. And let's try, just to see if Swami can still play a little keyboard of such. I'll show you one tune. Sri Ramachandra Kripa Lupajamana Karana Baba Boya Darunam Nabakan Chalochanakan Jamuka Korakan Jakarapajar Runam Kandar Ogunita Amita Chabinavanila Nirada Sundaram Patapita Manakutarita Ruchi Suchino Michanaka Sutabaram Sri Ramachandra Kripa Lupajamana Karana Baba Boyadarunam Nabakan Chalochana Kan Jamuka Kor Kan Japada Kan Jarunam. That's just a sample. There are so many tunes that we can use. That's one that comes from, actually, from Janakpur, from Mithila. They like to make Aarti. There's a beautiful temple to Sitaram in Janakpur, which is the modern day name of Mithila. And Janakpur is just located across the Bihar border. It's in Nepal, just inside the border, maybe 10 kilometers from the Bihar border, near to Gorakhpur. That's Mithila is the birthplace of Sita. And so Sita and Rama are celebrated. They have a great big beautiful temple there, and they use this tune to sing the Aarti for Ramchandra. O mind, worship the respected moon of consciousness, the giver of grace, who takes away the greatest fears of existence. He has eyes like a new lotus flower, and a lotus-like face, and lotus-like hands and feet. His incomparable countenance is like uncountable gods of love. If there were an infinite number of cupids standing in a row, Ram is much more beautiful than they. With beauty like a newborn blue cloud, I bow to you, to the husband of the daughter of the cause, who wears a yellow cloth like lightning and enjoys purity. You've got a yellow cloth like lightning there, Ramya. Worship the friend of the lowly, the Lord of the day, who destroys the family of demons and forces of duality, the sun of light, who radiates light, the moon of the nation of welfare, the son of Dasarath. Upon his head is a crown, large earrings, and a mark of sacred ash on his forehead, shining on his tall body. His long arms hold a bow and arrow with which he defeated who is always harsh and who manifests evil. Karandushan, who is always harsh and who manifests evil. These are the words of Tulsidas, Shankar, the cause of peace, and Shesha, the ultimate who supports the existence. Do you know Sheshnag was actually reborn as Lakshman? Lakshman is the incarnation of Sheshnag, and so he's a form of Vishnu, Shankar, and Tulsidas. They always sing these words of Tulsidas, Shankar, and Shesha, who support existence, about the one who steals away the minds of even men of wisdom. Please reside in my heart and destroy all evil desires. Please. His human form is composed of blessings mingled together. He has natural beauty, he is dark of hue, the repository of compassion, wise and polite. He loves all beings as his own. In this way, Gauri, she who is rays of light, listen to the description of the one who brings delight to the heart of Sita, whom Tulsidas worships along with the Divine Mother, and again goes to the temple of his mind to rejoice. This is an amazing verse because Shiva is singing the song to Gauri. In this way, Gauri, she was rays of light, she listened to the description of the one who brings delight to the heart of Sita. That's Ram. Whom Tulsidas worships. So you've got Tulsidas worshipping Ram and Sita worshipping Ram, and Shiva or Shankar narrating this song to Gauri or to Uma or Parvati. Who is the root of all goodness and welfare, makes the limbs of my left side to tremble. Remember, Sita, whenever something good started happening, her left side started to tremble, and these were the good omens. So it makes my left side start to tremble. And victory to Ram, the husband of Sita. And that's the Stuti, Ram Stuti. Now we'll begin the Hanuman Chalisa. And there are a couple of things here. First of all, Hanuman Chalisa is written in the same rhythms as the rest of the Sundar. So it begins with a doha, and then it goes to the chopais, and we can recite it in the same way that we recite the Sundar. I want to call your attention to another interesting play on words. Chalis means 40. And Chalisa means adventures. And the 40 verses which describe the adventures is a Chalisa. And each of the deities have them. They're really exciting because in 40 verses of exact poetry, keeping the meaning, the meter, and the rhyme, and limiting yourself to 40 verses, you're going to explain or narrate all the adventures of your deity. And this is the Hanuman Chalisa. We're all familiar with it, I'm sure, because we sing it all around the world every Tuesday and Saturday at least. And so I suggest that we do 2 verses to the breath. Let's begin with the doha. Ata Hanuman Chalisa. Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukuru Sudari Barana Raghubara Bimala Jasu Jodaya Kapalachari Buddhihina Tanujanike Shumarona Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehumogi Hara Kalesha Bikar Siya Bora Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Uma Bhakti Mahadeva Ki Jai Jaya Hanuman Kanda Gunasaga Jai Kapisati Uloka Ujagar Ramaduta Atalita Baladama Anjani Putra Papana Sutanama Mahabir Vikram Bajrangi Kumatini Para Sumati Kesangi Kanchana Parana Viraja Vibesa Kanana Kundala Kunjita Kesa Hatha Bhaja Kodvaja Viraje Kande Munja Janayo Saje Sankara Subhana Kesari Nandana Teja Pratapama Jagabandana Vidyapan Guniyati Chatur Ramakaj Kori Beko Atur Prabhu Charita Suni Beko Rasya Rama Lakshana Sita Manapasya Shukshma Rupa Dori Siya Hindi Kava Bhikat Rup Dori Lanka Jaraba Bhima Rup Dori Asur Sanghare Ramachandra Ke Kaja Sambhare Lai Sanjeevan Lakan Jiyaye Sri Raghubira Rashi Urlaye Raghupati Kini Pagur Paragi Tuma Mama Priya Bharataki Samabai Sahasabhadandu Maroja Sagabe Askaki Sri Pati Kanta Lagabe Shanakadika Pramadi Munisa Narada Sarada Sakita Gisa Jamakubera Dikapala Jahante Kabiko Pidaka Kisake Kahante Tuma Upakara Sukripa Kikina Rama Milayana Rajapadanina Tumaro mantra bibhishana mana lankeshwara vaisab jagajana jug jakastu jojana parabanu lilyotaki madura palajanu Prabhu mudrika mili muktamaki jadi langi gaya charachana kindurga makaja jagata kijete sugama gunagragu marete Rama duare tumarakaware odana adya binu paisari sabasukalaki tumari sana tumarakshaka kagu kodarna Apanate sangharo ape tino loka hankate kape bhuta pisacha nikatanaging ave mahabir jabanama sunabe. Nasiroga resa papira japata nirantara hanumata bira shankartate hanuman karabe banakrama pachana jana jolabe. Savapadara Tapasvi Raja Tinake Kad Sakalatu Masaja or Manorata Joko Ilabe Soi Amita Jivan Palapabe Charom Yuga Patara Tapa Tumara Kipada Siddha Jagata Kujayara Sadhu Santa Te Tumarakapare Asuni Kandana Ramadulare Ashta Siddhi Nonidi Kedata Sparadina Chanaki Mata Rama Rasayana Tumare Basa Sadarako Raghupati Kedasa Tumare Bhajana Ram Kopabe Janama Janam Kedu Kabisarabe Antakal Raghupati Purajagi Jahana Janamari Bhakta Kahai Or Devata Chitanadharaki Hanumata Se Sarvasukha Karagi Shankata Katimate Sabhabira Josumire Hanumata Balabira Jaya 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 Hanuman Gosai Kripakara Guru Deva Kinagi Jo Satabara Patakara Koi Chuta Kibandi Mahasuka Hoi Joya Paraya Hanuman Chalisa Koi Siddhi Saki Gorisa Tulasi Dasa Dadahori Tera Kijiye Natri Daka Mahandera Pavanatanayan Sankata Karuna Mangala Murti Ru Rama Lakshana Sita Sakita Hridaya Pasta Gusura Pup Siyabora Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavana Sutta Kanumana Ki Jai Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Let's go back and read about these adventures. The Adventures of Hanuman. Cleansing the mirror of my mind by the dust of the respected Guru's feet, I describe the pure welfare of the respected Ram, the giver of the four rewards, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, the ideal of perfection, the needs for physical sustenance, the culmination of desire and liberation, otherwise known as self-realization. Chaturbharga. I know that he gives those four rewards, and now I'm cleansing the mirror of my mind with the dust of the Guru's lotus feet. Realizing myself to be of little or no intelligence, I pray to the son of the wind, Hanuman, please give me strength, intelligence, and knowledge, and remove all pains and impurities. Victory to Ram, the husband of Sita. Victory to Hanuman, the son of the wind. Victory to the great Lord Shiva, the husband of Uma. Uma Parvati Gauri, she has many names. Victory to Hanuman, the ocean of wisdom. Victory to the king of monkeys who enlightens the three worlds. The ambassador of the respected Rama is the repository of extraordinary powers. He even took away Ramya's headache. The son of the shining one is named son of the wind, Pavanasuta. He's the son of the wind. He, great hero, most courageous, endowed with a very strong body, destroyer of negativity, the friend of purity. His golden body is beautifully dressed. Large rings adorn his ears and curly locks of hair. He holds a thunderbolt and a flag in his hands and wears a sacred thread of munja grass across his shoulder. He is an incarnation of the cause of peace, Shankar, the Shiva as the cause, the car of Sham. Shankar, the cause of peace. So he's an incarnation of the 11th avatar of Rudra, in fact, and the son of the king of the monkeys, Kesarinanda. The radiance of his light is worshipped in the world. He is full of knowledge, possessing all qualities, and very intelligent. He is always eager to serve the respected Ram. He always delights in hearing stories of the Lord. Ram, Lakshman, Janaki, and Sita dwell in his mind. In a very small form, he showed himself to Sita. Remember, he was hiding. He was as insignificant as a mosquito. And assuming a tremendous form, he burned the city of Lanka. Remember when he was in chains, he made himself, they lit his tail on fire, and then he made himself very small, and the chains fell to the ground, and then he became a humongous form of a flying monkey, lighting the city on fire with his fiery tail. With a gigantic form, he slayed the demons and made the respected Ramachandra's mission successful. He saved Lakshman's life by bringing the life-giving herb. Remember, Hanuman went to get the Sanjeevani, the life-giving herb, because Meghnad had shot Lakshman with the arrow of Shakti and was sapping the life from Lakshman. And so they sent Hanuman to get the herb. First they sent him to get the doctor. So he went, it was Shushain was the doctor, and he was Ravana's private personal physician. And Hanuman went into the kingdom of ego just as a very small form, and he came to the house of the doctor who was preparing some medicinal herbs, and he said, are you the Dr. Shushain? And he said, yes, I am. He said, well, you're coming with me. And Hanuman became a very gigantic form and picked up the whole house and brought the house to the side of the ocean where Lakshman was laying on his deathbed. So then the doctor looked at the patient and he said, well, there's only one way to save this man. He needs the life-giving herb, the Mrityu Sanjeevani. You know the Mrityu Sanjeevani mantra, ring, ring, boom, dong, dong. Ring, ring, bong, bong, I mean, ring, Sanjeevani, bidyam, rita, bhutapakyo, tapakya, ring, 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 bong, bong, swaha. So that's from the Chandi. And so Hanuman went off to the Himalayas, and he had to be back before the sunrise in the morning with the life-giving herb. And what happened was he got there and there were so many herbs he couldn't tell which one was the Sanjeevani. So he picked up the whole mountain and brought the whole mountain back to Lanka from the Himalayas. And you see, that's why he's called Giridhar. He's holding the mountain in his hand. He saved Lakshman's life by bringing the life-giving herb. Of course, when this doctor saw Hanuman coming with a whole mountain, he was just amazed. He said, no, I just wanted one plant. And Hanuman said, but I'm a monkey. I don't know all about plants like you. So I brought you the whole mountain. You take your pick. And the doctor picked the herbs that he wanted and prepared the medicine and saved Lakshman's life. And the respected Ram was so happy that he hugged him with delight. Ram just was so happy to have Lakshman's life restored. The giver of life to Lakshman was Hanuman, and he got a hug from the Lord. The Lord of Raghu, that's Ram, praised him highly, saying, you are as beloved to me as my brother Bharat. And he said, there is nothing more beloved than Bharat to me, but you are as beloved as Bharat. Thousands will sing your glory, said the Lord of Lakshmi with fond embrace. And here we are, several years later, singing his glory. Shanak and his brothers, Sananda, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar, Brahma and other munis like Narad and Sharad, that's Saraswati, as well as Shesha, the serpent that holds aloft the universe, Yam, the god of death, Kuber, the god of wealth, and the gods of all the quarters wherever they may be. Poets now or even scholars can enumerate your glory. It's just too Dutch for us. We've got one tongue. We've got two lips, but only one tongue, and we can't speak enough on your behalf. There's nothing we can say, really. We can only describe the manifested form of you. What can we say about the form that's unmanifest? How much more there is to say. You gave a great benefit to Sugriv by making his association with his respected Ram, who placed the lost kingdom at his feet. Remember, Sugriv was kicked out of his kingdom. Sugriv was Bali's brother. The two brothers were twins. Bali was the king, and Sugriv was the crown prince, or the heir apparent. Bali went off to fight with a demon, and after a long, long time, blood came coming out of the cave. There was no sound, and Sugriv was standing outside the cave. He said, "Uh-oh, I think something happened to my brother. I can't leave the kingdom without an administration. So I'm going to I'm going to seal the mouth of the cave with a stone and go back and help run the kingdom so that there won't be chaos in the absence of both brothers." And so he did that, and he went back to the kingdom, and he started administering it. And one day Bali came, and he said, "You evil brother, there I was fighting with the demon, and you sealed the cave that we were in, and you locked me in the cave with a rock, and then you came back to take my throne, and here you are enjoying the kingdom, and I was there fighting with the demon to save you." And he beat him, and he kicked him out of the kingdom. And Bali became king again. Now Sugriv was humiliated, and he was pained, and he was destitute. And there was only one place in the world that was safe for him, was in a cave on the top of Rishyamukh mountain. And that's because Matang Muni had given a curse that anytime Bali goes to that mountain, then he will die immediately. So Sugriv went to this Rishyamukh mountain. Ram was out in search of Sita, and he came to the hermitage of Mata Shabari. And Shabari Ma, when she was a little girl, her guru said to her, "Shabari, I'm going to heaven now." And she said, "Can I go with you?" And he said, "No, there's a work that you have to do. There's some karma here for you on earth. One day, Ram is going to come to your house. And when he comes to your house, you should take his blessing and ask from him the secret of true devotion. And then tell him that Ravana stole Sita, and Hanuman is the minister of Sugriv, and they are on Rishyamukh mountain. So that's where you'll find their help. They will help you get back Sita." Well, when Ram and Lakshman came to Shabari's ashram, she was an old lady, and she had been preparing every day. She swept the path and put flowers down on the path so that no thorn would prick his feet, and she picked fresh berries from the trees, and she bit into everyone to make sure it was sweet enough. And she was so devoted. And one day Ram came, and she said, "My guru said you would come. Please, you come and sit down and let me wash your feet." And she washed the feet of Ram with her tears, and she dried them with her dress, and she sat him down, and she fed him, and she asked for the secret of devotion. And as soon as we get a chance, we've just finished translating that for you all and made it into a slideshow. And Srini Baba is going to put it on our website next week. Ram gave her 9 steps of devotion. How do you cultivate pure devotion? He said, you are so pure and you are so devoted. And she said, now, you still have to tell me. My guru told me to ask from you. I can't let you go. I have something to tell you if you tell me yours. And in this way, Ram told her the 9 steps of devotion. And then Shabari said, go find Hanuman and Sugriv on Rishyamukh mountain. Well, as the story continued, Ram and Lakshman were wandering around Rishyamukh mountain looking for a way up. And some of Sugriv's ministers were in the forest, and they saw these 2 men there, and they said, who are these 2 strangers? Well, they decided that we'll make Hanuman the ambassador to find out. So Hanuman took on the disguise of a Brahmin pujari, and he went down and met Ram. And he said, oh, you people, what are you doing? Who are you? And where are you going? And they told him that we are looking for Sugriv. And Hanuman asked, why? And Lakshman got very mad and said, why do you want to know? We were looking for Sugriv. If you can tell us where he is, tell us. If you can't, don't waste our time. And Hanuman said, please, just be patient. I can show you the way to Sugriv. I am his family priest. So Ram said, well, I'm very intrigued by this priest. His Sanskrit is so good. I'm very impressed with speaking with him in Sanskrit. So therefore, Mata Shabari told us to find Sugriv. And if we can't find Sugriv, they told us to find his minister Hanuman. And Hanuman said, can I know your name? And Ram answered that we are the sons of Dasharath. I am Ram, and he is Lakshman. And Hanuman broke into tears that he was unable to recognize the Lord because he had been given the duty of staying with Sugriv so that he could help Ram. And now when Ram came, he didn't know him. But now that Ram was recognized and identified, he took him immediately to Sugriv, and Ram helped Sugriv to get the lost kingdom back. So that's the story of making use. You gave a great benefit to Sugriv by making his association with the respected Ram, who placed the lost kingdom at his feet. So Ram gave Sugriv the lost kingdom back. You gave the mantra which was accepted by Bibhishan, and he became the king of Lanka, as the whole world knows. Remember, Ram just said, hey, okay, I'm making you Bibhishan Lankesh. When Ravana dies, I don't want the kingdom. God knows how much trouble I have to administer one kingdom, let alone another one. You take this kingdom and be a nice guy and be friends with us. So Ram gave the mantra to make Bibhishan the king of Lanka. One time in your childhood, believing the sun to be a delicious fruit, which is millions of miles away, you jumped up and swallowed it. So Hanuman was always, he was born with the 8 siddhis, and he could fly, and he could jump, and he could make himself very small and very large. And he was feeling very hungry, and he saw the rising sun was like an orange gold, a red, orange, golden, and it looked like a fruit. And he said, wow, what a great fruit. And he opened his mouth wide, and he expanded his body, and then he swallowed the sun. And he plunged the whole world into darkness, and all the gods had to pray to him. Please, he was just a baby. He didn't know the difference between a big fruit and the sun. You leaped over the ocean, keeping the ring of the respected Ram in your mouth, thinking that it was nothing extraordinary. So remember, he put the Ram's ring in his mouth and he flew across the ocean. All the difficult tasks in the world become easy by your grace. You are the beloved of the respected Ram and you protect his entrance. No one may enter without your order. So if you want to go to Ram, you got to go past Hanuman. And there's no only way to get to Ram is through pure devotion. If you want to find the consciousness which manifests in the subtle body of perfection, you've got to have pure devotion. He stands by the entrance, and no one may enter without your order. All happiness is attained by taking refuge in you. What fear can come when you are the protector? Please control your brilliant light. The three worlds tremble at the sound of your tremendous roar. Ghosts or demons cannot even come close to he who chants the name of the great warrior Hanuman. All infirmities will be cured and all difficulties removed by continually chanting the name of the brave Hanuman. Hanuman will dispel all difficulties from anyone who remembers in thought, action, speech, and meditation. So in any way you can remember him, and remember him all the time, and you will have no difficulties. Above and beyond all is the King Ram, performer of purifying austerities. You help him in all his works. Any desire with which people come to you is fulfilled by you with the fruit of the tree of life. In all four ages, that means in the four yugas, the Satya Yuga, the Treta Yuga, the Dwapar Yuga, and the Kali Yuga. In all four ages, the greatness of your light is known, and the world is aware of your extraordinary attainment. Here we are in the Kali Yuga singing about him. And in the Devi Mandir, right now, it's Satya Yuga. So in all four yugas, we know he existed in Treta. He was also involved in the Mahabharata. So he's in all four yugas. His extraordinary attainments are made aware. You protect the performers of purifying austerities and the saintly beings. You destroy the evils of duality, and you are loved by Ram. You are the bestower of the 8 powers of attainment as well as the 9 forms of wealth. This is the boon that Mother Sita gave you. You have the nectar of Ram's love. Always remain the servant of the respected Ram. By singing your praises, one can get Ram and be freed from pains of many births. Ultimately, such devotees will go to the city of Ram and always take birth with devotion to God. There is no need to contemplate other gods. By worshipping Hanuman, all happiness is attained. All difficulties may be removed and all pains destroyed for one who remembers the brave Hanuman. Victory, victory, victory to Hanuman. Give us your mercy, O beloved Guru. Whoever recites these verses 100 times will be released from all bondage and attain supreme happiness. Whoever recites these verses about Hanuman will attain perfection and will become the friend of Lord Shiva. Tulsidas, who is always at the feet of Ram, prays, O Lord, please dwell in my heart. O Son of the Wind, who removes all difficulties in the form of the image of welfare, always dwell in my heart together with Lakshman, Sita, and Ram, the King of all gods. Victory to Ram, the husband of Sita. Victory to Hanuman, the son of the wind. Victory to the great Lord Shiva, husband of Uma. Well, let's stop and go back and ask you if there are any questions about Rama Stuti or about a Hanuman Chalisa or about any other spiritual matters in our sadhana. Yes, please.
Swamiji, what are the signs of pure devotion? How does it manifest in our lives?
It's very difficult. It's a very subjective analysis because what are the signs that you're in love? What are the signs? How do you feel? How does it feel to be in love? And then, how does it feel to be in love with different things at different times? Isn't it a little different each night? So it's really very difficult to show or define specifically what are the signs of a person with pure devotion. But you know it when you got it. You know it from the inside. Other people can't tell from the outside. They'll see, oh, well, it's a little bit of devotion. Or they try to measure the intensity of devotion. But you know from the inside, we know how intensely real is this feeling to me right now. So I hate to beat around the bush, but there's no specific answer to your question. Are there other questions?
There's a question from Nanda from San Jose.
Namaste, Nandama.
It's about pranayama.
Yes.
Nanda's asking, why is there no retention for pranayama while chanting?
There can be. Now, the pranayama for chanting is generally directed towards completing the recitation of the text. And if you would continually expand your kumbhak and retain the breath longer and longer and longer, I had an experience above Kamakhya temple. There is a Brahmani temple on the top of the hill. Kamakhya is here, and Brahmani temple is at the top of the hill. And then at the top of the hill, there are about 90 steps into this cave. And very deep down in the cave, there's a murti, a Brahmani Devi. And I sat there and chanted the chandi using pranayam and doing the kumbhak. And I was there for a long time, maybe 8 hours or 9 hours, and I couldn't finish the chanting. And it made it very difficult for me not to be able to complete the sankalpa, but I passed out. And it took me a while to get up and then get my bearings because it was in a dark cave. And then I had to climb the steps up and find all the people that in my party to take me to safety. So it's not really recommended to do kumbhak in the chanting, in the pranayam for chanting. If you use one mantra to come in and a number of mantras to come out, the consistent number of mantras for exhalation, that will be sufficient pranayam. Now, if you want to go deeper and deeper and deeper, just hold your breath. Other questions?
Wendy from New Jersey.
Namaste, Wendy Ma. Namaste, Sam.
Can you please explain further about the reference to the left side trembling and good omens, and what is the right side trembling?
Whatever was a good omen for Sita was a bad omen for Mandodari. So usually those are questionable circumstances if the right side starts trembling. Hi, Henny. Namaste.
And Henny inquires, how is it possible that Hanumanji, being an incarnation of Rudra, did not recognize the Lord immediately?
Amazing. But you know, when we take a body, there is a veil of ignorance pulled over all the wisdom that we know. In other words, when we take a body, every embodied being is subject to the three gunas. And it's even possible for Hanuman, the incarnation of Rudra, who always meditates on Ram, not to recognize Ram when he came into his presence. Because that's the Leela, the drama of our lives. If we knew everything that we were supposed to do in life, we would go the straight path and we wouldn't waste time going off on so many tangents. Unless they're really fun. But we wouldn't waste time going off on unproductive tangents. Because we have this veil of ignorance, the Hanuman within us cannot recognize the Ram outside. Namaste, Michael. Namaste, Karen.
Is there any benefit to deliberately trying to develop siddhis?
I have a story to tell about a sadhu who blew on some ash and killed an elephant. Indra came to him and said, "Wow, that is really amazing. Can you make the elephant alive again?" The sadhu blew on the ash and said the mantra again. He threw it at the elephant. The elephant came back to life. Indra said, "That's amazing. You've attained so many siddhis. How did that help you reach God?" Now, which would you prefer? To go around killing elephants? Or to reach to God? And that's why it makes no sense to pray for siddhis. They are minor distractions that come along on our path to God. But they are certainly not the objective. They are in no way incorporated in the goal. They're just byproducts of tapasya. They will come as distractions.
Question from Kalyananda from Barbados.
Namaste, Kalima.
Swamiji, do the 4 ashrams change according to the yuga?
No, they are consistent in every yuga. The 4 ashrams, you become a brahmachari, you learn how to make a contribution to life. The second ashram, you become a grahastha, griha abhasta, iti grahastha, whoever sits under a roof or in a house. And traditionally, we have our families, we have our profession, our means of making a contribution to this world, make the world a better place because of our having been here, and we save up something for our future. In the third ashram, we become a banaprashta, means who is situated in the forest. But traditionally, banaprashta, like Bhuvananda, he has 1 foot in the ashram and 1 foot out. And he's allowed to take some of the things from the inside to the outside so that he enjoys his stay in the outside and makes it more comfortable. And traditionally, we give the management of the ashram to the capable disciples, and we go off and practice our intense tapasya so that we can go deeper without thought. We come back and see, oh, the ashram is still here. And they haven't mortgaged the farm. I can go a little farther. And so the next time we go off, we go a little farther, and we go for 1 month or 2 months. And ultimately, as the natural evolution of our sadhana, we just keep going. And sannyas becomes the 4th ashram, the fact of our lives. And Kalima, these are true and valid. They are relevant to every yuga. Because we start off learning, and then we practice, and then we make an offering, and then we give it away, and then we prepare to meet God.
Morning song from Santa Rosa, Swamiji.
Hi, morning song. Namaste.
What are the 9 forms of wealth?
They are in the Tattva Gyan book. You'll also find them in the Cosmic Puja, in the Agni Prajwalita, where we offer to the Kuber and the other forms of wealth. Please read them from the book.
Kumari is asking about the 8 powers of attainment. Are these the siddhis? Is the spiritual power of psychic ability developed in a devotee's spiritual journey?
It is definitely developed. Look, Kumari Mom, namaste. The more we practice spiritual life, the farther we remove ourselves from the material. And what is metaphysical is known through intuition. So all through our spiritual tapasya, our sadhana is designed to guide us into metaphysical contemplation or intuitive cognition. So absolutely your intuition will develop and evolve the more we practice spiritual discipline. That's the whole focus. We move from the physical to the metaphysical And from the metaphysical, we can only know it through intuition. So we cultivate that intuition. That's the sadhana. That's a whole other story. Some of them are Rishabha. Was one of the incarnations of Shiva. Nandishwar was an incarnation of Shiva. There was, I can't remember them all now. You just caught me off guard. In the first chapter of the Shiva Mahapurana, you will find a list of all 11 avatars of Rudra. And then the Shiva Purana is a collection of their stories as well. So then in dealing with Shiva, you have the 11 incarnations, and you have the 12 Jyotirlingams, and you understand there's the various declinations or ways of describing or counting, enumerating the qualities of the Lord. Yes, please go ahead.
What is the best way to learn Sanskrit?
Cry.
Sanskrit, I'm sorry, Devanagari, to chant.
To chant in Devanagari is not such a difficulty. To learn Sanskrit, ask Bhuvananda.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to do a lot of work.
I would say, from what I've seen after 22 years, it's easier to understand Sanskrit meaning than just chanting.
Namaste. Are there other questions?
Swamiji, Kumari is asking how long is the yuga?
Oh, each of the yugas is a different length. The Sati Yuga is 4 times the length of the Kali Yuga. The Treta Yuga is 3 times the length of Kali Yuga, and the Dwapara Yuga is 1 time the length of Kali Yuga. And Kumari Mam, they have in the Tantra Sara, Tantra Raja Tantra. Do we have that on our website? We do. We have the length of each of the yugas. We have that on our website. So please take a look there. I don't remember those are things about the physical, and I'm not very good in the physical world.
Kali is asking if you can speak a little bit about the householder ashrama. What is the correct way to live it?
Well, to hold the house and hold it together and keep it in harmony and keep all the members of the family of that house inspired to remember God in all that they do. And the best way to do that is to continually reinforce the privilege of worshiping together as a family. Then you'll want to make a contribution to society and make this world a better place because of your having been here. So Kalima, you'll want to inspire your whole team, your whole congregation, that each of them is empowered to make a valid contribution so that your whole family can make one contribution as a family. And then those are the greatest ideals. Also, you want to keep learning. And you want to keep praying. And prepare yourself so that you won't become a burden to anyone else in the future. So the first rule of a sadhu is not to become a burden to anybody else. And the second rule of a sadhu is to try to have something extra to share which will be valuable in every circumstance. So those are the rules, the golden rules of becoming efficient. No free lunch. And bring some cookies for the guy next door. Om Sang Saraswati Namaha. Namaste.